Hello, everyone. I have not done this before, but let's try something. So, I really wanted to come up and speak about what is trauma, what is trauma coaching, why is it required, what is the use of regression therapy in it. So, let me start with trauma. There are so many of us who think that we have not gone through something huge, something really bad in our lives. So, what is the use? Like, why are we specifying or focusing on trauma? There is nothing like trauma there. Trauma is anything that happens for too long, for which overwhelms you too much. So it's too much for too much, too long, and too overwhelming. Something which keeps on happening repeatedly, maybe when you were small, or and it could be as non-traumatic as your friends making joke of you, your friends making fun of you. It is about how you feel about that and how you deal with it. There's a very basic example that I keep sharing is when a child goes to a school picnic maybe, and everyone has ice cream in their hands, and his ice cream falls, and he tells the teacher that I need another ice cream, and teacher says, "Can't you be just little bit more responsible? How careless of you! Why can't you do this straight?" And the child is also already feeling that, oh, my ice cream has fallen down. I don't know if I'll get another ice cream. When you look at from a distance, it doesn't seem like that traumatic. There is no accident, there is no death, there is no abuse, there is no beating happening. But the words, the statements, and how the child is feeling inside. Now, the child's body is stiffening. So he's listening to these words that the teacher is saying that, aren't you more responsible? Can't you handle this? And the child is, internalizing this language that, oh, aren't you responsible? Can't you handle this? Why can't you do this? And now that language is somehow becoming that child's own language. Now, it doesn't happen in one day, it doesn't happen once. Now, if something like that keeps happening on a repetitive uh, basis or repetitively, then that language is definitely going to find space in that body of the child, and he might say it again and again and again to himself, not to others. First, it starts with himself, and then it would be to others. That others part comes up mostly when they start working or when they become a parent. So that language suddenly becomes how they deal with their employees, how they deal with their trainees, or how they deal with their kids. And it becomes like that very cycle that the person feels really difficult to come out from. Now, why what do we actually do as a trauma coach, as a trauma therapist, as a trauma informed practitioner? You help that person process something that they have not processed all this while. Now, this language that they learn, that you are not responsible, you are so careless, the client, that person is going to tell you that this is their internal language again and again and again. They might not tell you on the surface basis, but when you ask them certain questions, they might tell you things like, I don't know, I'm just like that. I really wish I was more responsible. I really wish I was more careful towards certain things, but I'm not. And you, as a trauma coach, you, as a trauma informed, trained professional, you will be able to catch those phrases uh, when you learn about these. So, this person, right? What exactly is processing the trauma, or what exactly is processing the emotions? As this child grows up, and this is a repetitive statement told to him, this is a statement that has been told to him through his parents, through his caretaker, through other people around. Okay, I'm very sorry for the sound which is coming from the background. Cooking is going on, breakfast, so there will be some sound, but I'm sure you're able to understand, listen, and there is captions as well. Uh, where was I? This person, as they grow up, this becomes their inner language, and they might come to you and say, anytime I want to I'm not a very self-confident person. I really lack confidence. I want to work on my self-confidence, and I have done certain courses for the same, but I have not it really has not worked out for me. Or they might tell you that I've taken certain coaching or trainings, but I really fail to like build up that confidence that I must have. And when you ask them, this is the statement which is underlying that I'm not good enough. I can't think straight. I don't have common sense. I should have tried better. I should have done better. When you learn about these situations, you take the client, you regress your client to those moments, and he is able to see that entire situation as it is. And as an adult, now he's able to see that, oh, I was small, something happened, and my teacher was an adult. She knew better. She could have used better words. And, whatever happened, it happened. But I learned those words, and I've been using those same statements and same words for myself. So I am living as that survival self. I'm living as my teacher critical self. I'm not living as an adult that I am. I'm not living as an adult 35 years old personality that I am at this moment. So what do? I take that awareness. I understand. I really feel the pain of that child, the wounded child. And I really feel the struggle of the survival self. And then I realize that, okay, I am the adult at this moment and I can do certain things the way I want them to. And then you start taking your power back. You start becoming the adult that you are. You start embodying the adult that you have really missed all this while. This is what the processing of emotions mean. This is what processing what is unprocessed exactly means. And then when I move forward in my life, so after these sessions, when I go ahead and sit in a meeting for which I have prepared, I will be able to understand that, okay, I have prepared it. I am an adult. I'm a 35-year-old person. If somebody asks me questions, I can reply to them because I have prepared, because this is my project. And if I am not able to answer them, I can tell them that, listen, I will study or read or analyze or research more about it, and then I'll come back to you. Because then I'm not scared that the other person is going to tell me that, are you not responsible enough? Are you not careful enough? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Because those were the thoughts of the wounded child, right? Who was told that this is all that he is. And he survived. He learned the tricks and trade of it all, that next time I'll be more careful. Next time I will not, go ahead and tell teacher what is happening with me. I put up walls and I will make sure that I'm 110% sure about me holding on to ice cream or whatever it is, so that nobody else says anything to me. And then it reflects to your career, as I have to be 200% prepared for the meeting or the demonstration, because if I'm not, somebody is going to come up and say that, listen, you are not responsible enough. This is how you deal with it. This is how you react to it. So these are um, very tiny moments, right? Very tiny, beautiful moments that have affected, that have made you who you are. But it doesn't mean, the beauty of it is, it doesn't mean that you can't change it. You can definitely change, and you can definitely work more and do more, and move ahead in life. So healing or trauma coaching, it is not only about looking what is happening in your past, that you did this, you did that. Yes, you see that, you see how you have been raised, your inner child issues, or your parental wounds. How is your relationship with mother um, affected you in this life, how you have stepped up in saving your parents, or how you have dissociated yourself or disconnected yourself because whatever was happening in house was too much for your little body, your little brain to handle. From all those things, from all those different perspectives, right, we look at what the client is not able to do. It is about a client wanting to move from point A to point B. What exactly is happening from point A to point B that they're not able to move and reach where they want to? This is what trauma coaching is. This is what trauma therapy is. And the most beautiful way to doing it is through regression therapy. Now, what is regression therapy? Regression is going back in time. And you don't have to hypnotize your client for that. You do not have to learn hypnotism for that. If I just tell you that, today it is November, and there's a flower outside my house which is blooming, and I really love marigolds. I have yellow, orange, brown, but I something is different about the orange ones. Those are the kind of marigold that I usually prefer. The moment I say that, you automatically are going to sense something. Your olfactory senses might be aroused. You might also smell the same marigold. And the moment you smell it, that instant you smell it, you might be taken back in your mind to a moment where you last had those flowers, or maybe you were in a wedding and something was happening, or maybe it was a good wedding, maybe it was not a good moment, somebody was criticizing you, or maybe you were having fun, you were dancing, or maybe it was you standing in front of Lord Hanuman, and you were looking at his orange murti in front of you with a beautiful orange marigold necklace around him, and you could also smell those flowers, and maybe you were really wishing and asking him that, please God, I'm in so much of pain, please help me out. And you are taken back to that moment that, oh, what was that painful happening? You suddenly start feeling something in your body. Your body starts resonating. Your body starts pulling up something which comes up in your body. It may be uncomfortable, it may be a little bit of hurt, and now you're taken back to those moments. So you are right now at present with me. You are looking at me, you are listening to me, but at the same time, your body is regressing back and listening and hearing and feeling and embodying something else. So, this is what regression is. So, when you regress back to a childhood moment, that is inner child therapy. When you regress back to some other life as a soul, that is past life, then you also regress back as your ancestor, that is ancestral healing. And it's a very beautiful modality. And you see, you don't need hypnotism for that. You don't need any special skills for that. It's just how you can ask those beautiful questions and how you can be completely 110% present with the client. And because you are trauma informed, because you know about the trauma therapy and trauma coaching, you are completely present here in the moment, and then you're able to guide the client. So what would be the next question that you ask to this person who is already taken to the marigold experiences? You can ask, so what do you see? What do you feel? Right? What is happening in your body? If whatever was happening in your body, if it had a shape, size, color, what would it be? Where does it come from? If it could say something to you, what would it tell you? And that is how we start a beautiful regression therapy. There are different ways to connect to a client. There are different bridges that we connect to a client. There are different processes that we take them. And this entire thing as a foundation, I'm going to teach you in my trauma coaching, trauma therapy using regression therapy as a modality course. I've done the first batch. The first batch is still going on, uh, wherein we planned initially for 3 months of therapy learning, regression therapy work, and 2 months of business coaching. So I'm removing the business because this batch does not need that much of business coaching. I'm removing that and I'm reducing it. So I have increased the teaching regression therapy part to 4 months, and there is 1 month as a business coaching part. The business coaching is going to include how do you handle the session? How do you sit in the session? How do you prepare for the session? What are the spiritual sanitization that you need to use for a specific session? How do you plan your sessions around? How many sessions to, take and conclude and think? What should be the first one? Should you do the mother work? Should you do the inner child? Should you do the father work? Should you do the ancestral work? All of that I am going to help you work with. In the first module, we're going to learn about entire basics of regression therapy, the bridges and ways, the square of trust. The second module, we're going to deep dive into inner child work. There is also a mother work included. In the third module, we are going to learn about past life therapy. In past life therapy, we will also be talking about life between lives, and mm, there will be an introduction of ancestral work, ancestral healing. Ancestral healing can be done using family constellation method or regression therapy. I will be teaching and helping you connect with the regression therapy part. There will be questions, doubts. You will get demo sessions. Uh, yeah, demo sessions in this program where if there are 5 people, I will be working with each one of them and doing a session for them. And lastly, um, lastly, in the second batch, I will be offering at a very discounted space, at a very, very discounted level, a facility and option to work with me for 5 sessions. Because if you are working with your clients, uh, you need to be 100% present for them. And for being 100% present for them, you need to have those issues for yourself resolved. You need to be aware. You need to know what is happening in your body when you're talking or guiding your client, which is like really important. So I think that's it. And the next level, which starts from February, it will be priced at 2.5 lakhs. And if you want to, which includes the 5 sessions with me, and it includes uh, 5 months of work, that is 4 months of therapy and 1 month of business coaching. And at the same time, you will also get the recorded sessions of the first batch. Now, this is the main important part. If you want to start learning right away and not wait for February, because if this is November, December, Jan, Feb. So by February, you can already become the trauma coach. You can already start doing this work one-to-one with your clients. If you want to do that, you can buy the recorded program. You can buy the recordings right now, starting at 80,000. It is only available for this year if you want to go ahead with it. And otherwise, you start the recordings and learning and taking the sessions one-to-one from the next year onwards, which is February. If you plan to do that, and if you start paying me right now, we can already start doing one-to-one sessions and you can already be prepared for it. So if you are a tarot healer, if you are an Akashic healer, if you have worked with healing, or if you are interested in starting healing, then this is the right way to go ahead. This is what you choose. This is how you can work on yourself and help so many billions of people available on this earth right now at this moment. This is only going to increase. This is only going to help you build the skills required to be that support and guiding light that you have wanted someone else to be for you. So I'm Himatri. You can find me at Healing with Himatri on Instagram, or healingwithhimatri.com is my website. You can straight away DM me on my Instagram and I can get back to you. I have not shared my number there, but you need to send me a DM first and then we can get on to a one-to-one discussion, consult, whatever it is that you want. I teach with so much of passion, it, like right now also. uh, I'm so excited when I'm talking about it. It's so beautiful, it's so in deep, like the foundation is just the foundation, and you can create miracles from that, and it goes into deeper parts from there. So when I did my transpersonal regression therapy diploma from Tasso, Netherlands, under Dr. Hans Tendam, we had invested like more than a year, maybe 1.5 years into that entire course. And every module was deeper and deeper and deeper. Then I went ahead after completing my course. I learned EFT basics and EFT matrix re-imprinting from Dr. Gaurav Teka. Then I went ahead and did inner child healing therapy again with Dr. Gaurav Teka, and 2, 3 more classes of the diploma. Then I went ahead and learned basics and advanced family constellation. In that, in between, I learned crystal healing, Akashic healing, uh, not magic, and so many things. And I have kind of learned so many different varied things. So when I work with my clients, I mix all of it. And I want my students to mix things. So if you are a tarot healer, I would want you to mix your tarot reading skills with inner child therapy, with past life therapy, so that you can give a very wholesome result to your clients as well. And out of all those different modalities that I have learned, regression therapy has been my favorite because it's so flowy and beautiful. You get to walk and move with the client. So if my client is seeing something, I can also see and feel it. But the client is going ahead and I'm just standing there from behind or moving alongside and guiding them. So feel free to ask me as many questions as you want. I would love to answer. If you want to see how I'm teaching, what I'm doing, I can also share some snippets with you. Uh, so whatever it is, just message me. Okay. Take care. Thank you. Bye.